Millions of years ago, many species roamed this earth.
A fossil is the remain or trace of prehistoric life. This is the gateway into Earth's past. In order for an animal to be fossilised, it needs to die in a certain place. One of these places is by a river where sediment can bury it and preserve the fossil.
This is an example where an animal has been fossilised over time.
You dig?
Fossil rocks are in the ground tonight. They've been down there for a really long time.
Yeah.
They contain the history of life. They've been down there for a really long time.
Clap, clap.
Fossil rocks are in the ground tonight. They've been down there for a really long time.
Say the shit.
They are literally on the ground. Take your hammer out and
An awful lot of excessive rain last year and this spring as well, and what we're looking at here is a very tall chalk cliff. It's very, very porous, and a lot of rainwater will percolate into that rock and it will make it a lot heavier than it is normally, and the water will also get into the little joints and cracks in the rock, in the cliff, most of which are invisible to us here, and it will promote large catastrophic events like this. Very, very dramatic.
I mean, we get erosion on any coast. This coast in particular is famous for its cragginess and beauty, the Jurassic coast. So, I mean, how unusual is this kind of thing?
Well, this coastline has been actively eroding for the last 10,000 years since sea level rose, to a greater or lesser extent. Some days you get very little erosion, some days you get very dramatic events like this. This is the largest that I've seen since I came back.
Radioactive carbon dating is the way we measure the age of formerly living things. Every living thing takes in carbon, either in the food that it eats or absorbing it from the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Most of the carbon from the atmosphere is in the stable form, carbon-12, but 1 in a million molecules of carbon in the atmosphere involve carbon-14, the radioactive form. The radioactive form of carbon, carbon-14, decays with a half-life of 5,700 years to nitrogen-14. When any living thing dies, it stops ingesting carbon, and so the amount of carbon-14 is fixed at a particular value. The rate at which it changes to nitrogen-14 therefore gives the age of the object. Carbon dating has been used to date the age of the oldest trees on Earth, and has been used, for example, to show that the Shroud of Turin was a fake. It's routinely used to measure the age of formerly living things.